people can hear me, I think. Let's see here. Hang on. Here we go. There we go. What's this? Okay. Hello, everyone. We got Sonic and Emmett Freed and King Brenton and Fahrenheit 451 and John Trimpe and Arizona Jumper and Apocalypse No and Louise and Daniel Terrell and Melissa McQueen and Sharon Solomon and Alex Duncan and Vinyl Vish Records and Killer Cobra and Short Stack and TJ and Lou Hastings. Linda Belk is moderating, thank you. Shiplu Das, Madison Natalie, Sean Gregor. Kitten Duo, Robin Turnham, Darren Blakely, Lynn Smith. Hetty Silovitz, Marcel. Amber E. TJ. 12 Tree. Melissa McQueen. Deb LaCours. Amyana List. Alex's Gaming Channel. Geraldine Karstensen. Fibonacci Blue. They are here. Magnus Christensen, Sharon Williams, J-Man the Giants fan, TJ. Jesus, Pickled Grammar, When's Trends, Mary Philo, Montpelier, Juliana Wright. Hello, everyone. Dawn Sackman, Jennifer Peterson, Marlene Colasar, Melissa McQueen, the Macaw Lady, Sean, Maya C. Orozco, Jan Porter, Pickled Grammar, Darren Markley, Janny Delville, Arizona Jumper, Judy is here, Jeff Ha, Shannon, Marsha, Basswood Honey, Sharon Heberling is there. Sharon, I hope you're feeling well. Sharon Heberling is here in Jacksonville. All right. Robert Carley, Matt DeMann, Linda Nielsen, Jonathan Burdine, Sean, The Lucky Blackbird, Meredith McMacken, Apocalypse No. Let's see if that helps. That's helpful. Ramanjit. Give people another minute to join the stream. Mark McCoy. So we are here in Boston. Madison is here. Arctic Invasion is here. Worcester is here. Liza WL from the Workers Lounge. Stax is here. Carrie Taylor is here. Darren Markley is here. Eric B is here. Dennis is in the Springfield area. Oh my gosh. Oh. Brian Gren is here. I'll catch everybody up in a second. MJ Honold is here. Michael One Rare Zebra. Keita G. Minibit. Jamie Del Val. They had a Mardi Gras parade there. That sounds fun. All right, a couple more seconds and we'll begin the update. We'll begin the live update. Proper. Oh my gosh. Jess Woodman is here. Harsha Rao is here in India. Things are getting better here. Good to hear it. In Real Life is here. Lizzie is helping to moderate. Thank you, Lizzie. Ben Hofstetler is here. Cindy Jones is here. Yana List. Oh Hi Bacon is here. Concerned Citizen is here. In Real Life is here. King Brenton is here. Salon Girl is here. Very nice. Very nice. Alyona Jurdeva is here. Storm and Norman is here. Sonia Slater is here. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll begin the proper live stream. Oh, Robin Banks is here. AKA Quentin Perry. It's the same person. Kathy Williams is here. The lurkers are here, Kathy says. Okay. All right, so I'm in Boston. As those of you who watch the channel know regularly, as those of you who watch the channel regularly know, I am in Boston. And I had family stuff this weekend. And it's been busy, busy, busy. It's been so busy. But the family event for the weekend is over, finally. In a Basket is here, by the way. So I had my nephew's bar mitzvah. And so lots of family were in town, starting on Friday. So it's been nonstop, hanging with the family. So I haven't had a chance to get on the air for this channel. Yes, it's been good to see everybody. We usually do a family Thanksgiving. We usually do a big family Thanksgiving. And we couldn't do it last year because of the pandemic. So this is kind of like the Thanksgiving that we didn't have. We got to see a lot of people this weekend. Anime Kid is here. No, hold on a second. Asymptomatic is here. Glad you got your shot. So yeah, it's just like, it's been nonstop family stuff. And I've been seeing my mom and my brothers and they're around, and my nieces and nephews, but there's also my extended family who were in town over the weekend. And then I didn't even get in until Thursday night. I was delayed. Every time I've flown to and from Orlando now, there's been 3 times I've flown to or from Orlando, and I think it's been like over an hour delayed, over 2 hours delayed, over 2 hours delayed. I don't know if it's an Orlando thing, but it just keeps getting delayed. So my flight took off over 2 hours late, leaving. And the airport's a perfectly fine airport. I mean, you can hang out there and whatever. So it's just whatever. Just I got in later, so. Roger Reynolds is here. So like my whole day Thursday until the late evening was traveling, even though the flight's only a 2.5 hour flight. Auric 3D is here. But I will say this, I think it's fortunate with all of the family stuff I've been doing the last few days, with all of the family stuff, I don't recall that there were any super giant news events I wasn't able to cover. Because there's a worry always, if you're at like a family thing, that there'll be some super giant news event. But I don't believe there's been anything the last 3 days that I would have covered, some huge event I would have covered that I couldn't cover. So maybe the timing worked out okay. Tammy says, always have been told travel early. Well, I understand, Tammy, the later you travel in a day, the more stuff can get screwed up. So I think a couple of my delayed flights, involving Orlando have been when the incoming plane didn't show up on time. But I refuse, I don't want to schedule a flight early because it'll just mess me up. If I scheduled a flight like in the morning with my schedule, it would mess me up for several days. I'm not kidding you. Because I wouldn't get any sleep and that'll just mess me up. So I'm fine. I'd rather have a flight delayed by 2 hours than be messed up for several days because I got no sleep one night because I had an early flight. That's just me. I mean, other people are different. Marzell says, no super giant news events. Gone with the Gale said, I missed the announcement you were traveling. Yeah, I didn't even bother posting it on Twitter, but we talked about it in the streams. Thank you, Sharon Herberling. Any crying babies? Aries says, yes, there was a baby that was crying about 7 or 8 rows behind me constantly. But fortunately, I had my, I have my headphones and I had my music and I had like a white noise app. So it really, if you put your white noise app loud enough, it drowns out the baby. However, the people who were right in front of the baby probably were very upset because there was a baby who just didn't like to fly and was uncomfortable. And then once in a while, they would take the baby and walk around with it. And the baby was fine when they walked around with it, but as soon as they sat down with it, it was just like... Then also I got to write to them because the TV system stopped working for the second half of the flight. And the internet didn't work well for the second half of the flight as well. So I need to write to them about that. I'm sure they'll give me some sort of credit. They always do when that happens. I'm going to do that after this. I'm going to write to them about, and then I'll also throw in that our flight took off over 2 hours late. Yeah, this one was JetBlue. The internet, in-flight internet is still incredibly primitive. It feels like in a few years they'll just have a much better system. I don't know what JetBlue Mint is. Brian Grand, the bar mitzvah was fine. It was actually 2 separate days because the pandemic kind of made it weird. So the ceremony was on Saturday night, and then the party was today. And some people came in on Friday, so it was 3 straight days of family stuff. Mark Helton is here too, helping to moderate. Thank you, Mark Helton. Thank you. Good food? No, they couldn't even really have much. The food would have to be like boxed lunches at the bar mitzvah because they couldn't do, they were planning during the pandemic, so they didn't plan on having like a cooking staff there, and they were all, and I think there's like regulations too, so it was just like a box lunch kind of thing. Yeah, I think my nephew had a great time. I mean, the kids had a great time. Sonic says catering tricky. Yeah, I think the kids there had a great time. I mean, it was fun. It was just really busy. It was just busy the last few days. Yeah, Aries mentioned the weather. A couple people mentioned the weather. The last 3 days, the weather's been awful here. The last 3 days, it's been below 50 degrees most of the time and rainy. It's rained nonstop the last 3 days and nights. Currently, it's 49 degrees, and the last 3 days have been, around 50 degrees or lower. It's supposed to be like 60 tomorrow, and then starting like Tuesday, it's going to be 75 and like 80 every day, which is what it's supposed to be. But it's been awful. I mean, a lot of people who might have gone to Cape Cod this weekend had I'm sure had an awful weekend because it's just been terrible, just terrible. Concerned citizens is still hot and dry in Central Florida. Yeah, Central Florida forecast is like the same every day now. It's like 85 high, 72 low. Arizona Jumper says over 100 there. Thank you, Helena Petrovich. Robert Carley is in Maine with bad weather. I guess they needed rain here, so that's good. In real life is here. Yeah, so I'm just kind of worn out. I get worn out anyway when I travel. It takes me like, after I fly, it takes me a number of days just to feel kind of normal again. So when you had that plus all the family stuff. But at least now I can cover news stories if they happen. I mean, if there was some huge news story during this weekend, I wouldn't have been able to cover it at all. It's 106 degrees tomorrow where Meredith is. I don't know where Meredith is. I hope you have all had a good last few days. I'm going to be here roughly another week. Someone asked what I had to eat when I flew. So I did the thing I did last time, which is I never ate fast food, but I have this problem. Sometimes when I fly, I tend to get hungry and I don't eat enough, and then I feel awful by the time I land. So my new strategy is just to break my no fast food rule, and I have a big fast food meal, because that way at least I'll eat enough before the flight. So I did the thing where I ate in the food court this time, which was much more pleasant than eating at the gate because the restaurants at the gate get crowded. The food court at the Orlando airport is big and it's not crowded at all. And it's just chill. So there's a McDonald's in the food court. I never eat there. I think the last time I ate McDonald's was probably 2 years ago. If not, maybe I think I ate McDonald's when I was moving to Orlando and I had to stop in an emergency and grab something. And aside from that, it's probably years and years ago. But I was just like, I'm just going to get a bunch of food and I'm going to eat it. And then I ate the food. And I didn't collapse by the end of the day because I actually had enough to eat. So it was a good plan. It was weird. I'm used to eating my own burgers, right? And so the McDonald burger didn't take I had like a quarter pounder, but it's not as filling. Like I made these big burgers for myself, which I think are way more filling than the McDonald's burgers. So I had that. And then I had some stuff on the plane. I had like brought some snacks on the plane, but at least I didn't collapse. I almost collapsed today because I didn't eat. There was not that much food at the bar mitzvah, so I had to eat right afterwards. Hey, thanks again, Mark Helton and Sarah Joy and Lizzie and Linda Belk, who are all moderating. Arizona Jumper says yours are 10 times bigger. Yeah, I guess I mean, a quarter pound burger is a quarter pound. I usually make burgers my burgers are probably like a half pound or something. They're pretty big. Joanne Gabrielle is here. Mark says McDonald's quarter pounders are weighed before they're cooked. Pauline M is here. I don't know what Pauline is asking about. Marcel is making upholstery scrap grocery bags. Very nice. And she had a quilt sale. Very nice. And some of you, I guess, who didn't know I was coming back here, said, weren't you just back there? Yeah, I normally would not come back twice in the span of a month. But I came back as soon as I could just so I could see everybody, because I hadn't seen them in a year and a half, and then I knew I'd have to come back for this. But normally I would not, make the trip twice in a month. Yeah, Sharon, we had to get up early today for the bar mitzvah stuff. Anyway, so I'm around though, so I should be able to. If there's big news this week, I should be able to cover it. I think the last time I was here, I only ended up doing one news stream the whole week. Maybe we'll do a stream with Jay-Z too. I'll have to get in touch with Jay-Z. No, I don't think I'm going to cook here. I don't think my mom has any great desire for me to cook. We usually like going out, we just go out somewhere and hang out. We did that tonight. Just get out of the house. The dog is asleep, by the way. The dog goes to bed earlier these days. But anyways, Anime Kid says, you like Baruto. I don't even know what that means. Tressa is here. Oh, Paper City Gamer Jeff went to the Celtics game tonight. I think it was a full house there. I was watching some of that a little bit. I don't know if Bartley's Burgers is open right now. I don't know if it was open during the pandemic. I used to go there. Anyways. They had a DJ at the bar mitzvah party. He was actually quite good. Like it's this real skill. It's a special talent to be able to like entertain kids. Like this DJ guy, like he makes it so that the kids like being out there and dancing and stuff, and he gets the kids to like, do games and stuff. It's just like, and he's like super enthusiastic, but it's like that's a real skill. like because I think if I went up there, they wouldn't listen to me, and they'd be having a terrible time. So it's just like to be able to get kids to have a good time is pretty cool. Did I dance? Only that there was like 10 minutes where we all had to dance, like right at the start with the bar mitzvah boy. So only then. VA Libra is in Malden. Alex Duncan says, I've DJ'd a few kids' parties. It's very tiring, but can be fun. Audra Gart is here. Audra Gart. Hello, Audra. Anyways, I'm not planning anything too big this week. I'd like to be available if there's new stuff going on. And then if I'm out with my family this week and some big news event happens, I can always leave and just come back here. Marcia says, any plans to travel after this trip? If I decide I want to check out another city, my lease is up in November. I don't know if I'll stay in Orlando. If I decide I might want to leave, then I'm going to have to check out some other city. So that would be the travel. Rick Hoppy is here. Hi, Rick. We go on a walking tour? I don't know if we'll go on a walking tour. I sort of want to be around, because I haven't been around so many days. So I'm just concerned if I go somewhere out of the way and start doing a walking tour, I'll miss news. So I'd honestly rather be around to cover news and take it easy. So we'll see, but I don't know if we'll do a walking tour here. It's not like Boston is right next door, So I can't just go there and be like, oh, there's news, I'll be back in 1 minute. Speaking of which, I'll just do my periodic news check. Oh, by the way, Twitter did not verify Agenda Free TV. From what I'm reading, they're not verifying a lot of people. Like they just opened it up that you could apply for verification again, but like I think it might be really, really famous people who they're verifying. There was a guy who applied for verification who writes for Barstool Sports, and he has like 86,000 followers, and he was not verified. So I get the impression that it's they have a system, but they've really restricted the who they're verifying. So Agenda Free TV is not verified. For now. You can apply again in a month, but I'm not counting on it. I couldn't even apply as a news outlet. If you want to apply as a news outlet, as you have to like, you have to have, there has to be like an established Wikipedia page about you or something. There's these requirements like there's no Wikipedia page about agenda-free TV, and it can't just be like I can't just make one myself. So, and it's got to be like an established one. It can't just be like some fan page or something. So, yeah, I mean, it just looks like again, it's different than a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, you could apply, and it was not like I think just my understanding of what it was like a few years ago. If it was like 3 years ago and Agenda Free TV applied with that many followers, they probably would have just given verification. But they're not. It sounds like it's a lot harder now. Yeah, they have. However, you're applying, they have specific requirements you have to meet. Darren Markley, YouTube wrote me and they said that they fixed. Oh, well, I don't know. This is a different. I'm watching this one myself, but it's not from my desktop. But I will say that YouTube did write to me and said that they fixed the issue where people couldn't watch their own streams while they were live. So I'll have to try it with the same setup when I go back to Orlando. I can watch this right now, but I'm not doing it the exact same way. But they said they fixed it. Yorkie, national and international news. I'll have to just try it when I go back. At least they wrote back to me, you know. No one complained about my hair being too long this trip back. I cut it a little shorter. Hello, Bella Brava is here. Thank you, Sharon Herberlin. So again, in case you missed it, I've been busy all weekend with my family because this was my nephew's bar mitzvah. Two-part bar mitzvah. Saturday night and Sunday. And we had family in from out of town, and a bunch of family came in on Friday. So it's been non-stop family for 3 days. Did I have fun? Yeah, I did. I mean, I basically all I really did is just catch up with family, which was a lot of fun. It's just been nonstop. But it's just that's what I've been doing. Friday night we were with, Friday night I was with family. Friday day I was with family. Saturday day and night I was with family. I've just been with family the whole time. Bunch of different family. A bar mitzvah is a thing where 13-year-old Jewish boys and girls have this thing where they celebrate their becoming an adult, basically. That's what it basically is. Yeah, I didn't drink, so I'm not tired from that. Zipper says where a boy becomes a man. Ugh. Curtis Shane, the news tips are not for the chat. Curtis Shane, I'm sure the mods have told you. Yeah, the mods got it. I mean, the news tips are for my Twitter. Message me on Twitter. Don't post it in the chat. Yeah, Rick, my nephew had a lot to memorize for the bar mitzvah. Had to memorize a whole Torah reading. Cherry Cola is here. Brandon Bayless is here. He did a very good job, my nephew. He did a good job. Then my nephew really liked basketball. So my nephew's parents, they basically made a logo with my nephew's initials in the NBA logo, which was kind of funny. And it was on all the bar mitzvah stuff. Yes, as Robert says, with a girl, it's a bat mitzvah. Yes, he had to read it in Hebrew. Excuse me. Astro Cosmo is here. The dog is good. I hung out with the dog some today as well. Also good to see my nieces. I had this thing with one of my nieces last night where one of my nieces, I had this running joke with her where the joke is that I treat her like she's a little baby. So like even though she's like whatever age she is, 9 or 8 or whatever, I'll like sing her a lullaby and ask her how her strained peas were for dinner, and I'll like just talk to her like she's a little baby. So we have this running joke. And then at one point I said, "Ooh, I think you need a diaper change." And she couldn't accept that joke. She was really upset by it, and she kept saying, "No, I don't wear diapers." And I was like, "You realize I was joking. I don't actually think you do." And she kept like she was all the other all the other parts of the running joke were fine, but that hit a nerve, and she kept saying again and again and again, like, "I don't wear diapers." And no matter how much I said to her, "Yes, I was joking. I didn't actually think you wore diapers," she kept saying it again and again and again. So she had some kind of sensitive thing about people thinking she wore diapers. You know, when you're a kid, it's like these things can happen. So I'm sure, it doesn't make sense to me, but I'm sure she has a reason for it. But it's just funny. Yeah, there's 9 million theories on why she might be sensitive for her. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't even know why it's sensitive for her. Maybe she's like, she's a little kid. So you just never know. I don't know, yeah, maybe she has some problem, but maybe she doesn't. Maybe she does. Maybe it's just for some reason that hits her wrong. I don't know, so it's fine. It's just it was clearly a joke. Also, I wasn't doing the joke in front of other people. In the sense of I wasn't like it was me her and I were hanging out and talking to each other. It's not like I was like telling the whole room or something. It's just funny. Kids everybody has their stuff, especially when you're a kid. Linda said she'll be fine next time. Yeah, it's not like she stopped hanging out with me. It's just clearly that was something that was very it just was touched a nerve there. I think we danced the hora at the bar mitzvah. I don't I don't really know what it is. We did some traditional dance. I never danced, but I did it just to do it. So Chris Hurt is here. Madonna Harold is here. Right, Zipper says can't overthink kids. The other thing is she wouldn't believe me. Like, so after I was like, look, I was joking, right? She was like, yeah. It's like, I clearly don't actually think you wear diapers. And she was like, yeah. And then 5 minutes later, she was like telling her sister, tell him I don't wear diapers. Even though it was clear that I didn't actually think she wore diapers. I actually thought it was a good joke, given that we had this running joke. I actually thought it was a nice continuation of the joke. To literally be like, I mean, because you don't do, I mean, it's so obvious that you don't do this with like a 9-year-old. Uh-oh. I think, oh, what is that? I think somebody needs a diaper change. I mean, this is something you do with, like a 2-month-old. No, these kids love jokes. That's the thing. The kids they love to joke. No, she doesn't have an innocent crush on me. That's not the way I'm telling you. We hang out all the time when I'm around. This is how this is like a running thing we have. She actually likes those type of jokes, except for that specific beat of the joke. Yeah, that was Fahrenheit 451 who suggested that. She's like 9 years old. Ugh, Magic Moon, I'm timing you out. Magic Moon, keep it clean, seriously. I told her parents about it, and they were just like, oh, she has certain things she doesn't like. She'll let you know. Yeah, Sonic, she's one of the ones that calls me Uncle Poopy Pants. That's one of the ones. It was annoying too. They had at the bar mitzvah, they had rented some games for the kids to play and for the adults too, and they had like a Papa-Shot basketball game, which is like a fun thing to have, because the bar mitzvah boy likes basketball. But the weird thing about the Papa-Shot basketball game, like it did this thing where like it would keep score for you. The game was like a minute long, and it's like there's 2 hoops and like 4 basketballs. So you play against somebody and you shoot into the hoops, but like it would just like go to 60 and then immediately start another game. So when the game was over, there was no noise and there was no like final score that flashed. Like if you weren't looking at the exact time the game ended, you missed the final score. It made no sense. It's like, why not just have it be like, here's the score, game over, start again, or have a button to press to start the game. It was just, if you're playing against somebody, you want to know when the game is over what the score is. It's just it just seemed very silly. Marcus Bell is here. Mary Cannon is here. No, my family doesn't usually watch on YouTube. Gail missed the late night streams. I found, Waldo, the flight was 2 hours delayed. I talked about it earlier. You can rewind. I was able to get when I landed in Boston, I tried to get like an Uber and a Lyft, and you couldn't get anybody to come. But then I did the thing where like, they give you different options, like with Uber and Lyft. Like there's one option which is like the super fancy car, but it costs twice as much. But I couldn't get a car, and then I changed to like the second cheapest option, which was like Lyft Preferred, which was like $5 more. And once I did that, somebody came and picked me up. It was interesting. But if you did the cheapest option, nobody would come pick you up. Fahrenheit 451, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Fahrenheit 451. I understand. I understand what you're saying, Fahrenheit 451. Thank you. They also had this thing. One of the games they had was a air hockey. It was 3-person air hockey, which I'd never seen before. Which makes sense. 3-person air hockey. Think about it. It was like a triangle. Let's see if I can find it. Like this. 3-player air hockey. Here, this is a picture from Circus Time Amusements. Circus Time Amusements. But see, it's shaped like a triangle. So it's air hockey, but it's 3 people. Yeah, I had enemy. You could create it for more people. But it's the first time I'd seen that. So they do make 3-person air hockey. In case you were wondering. Excuse me. Usually it's 2-person air hockey. Hey, Jeff Porter is here. I was really bummed by the basketball game, though. It just made no sense that the Pop-A-Shot game with 2-person Pop-A-Shot game, that they didn't have it, that the scoreboard couldn't like flash the final score at the end of the game. No, it was like Michelle Sparks. It was like a full table. I used to play air hockey a bunch when I was a kid. I haven't played in a while, though. I just never got around to playing that today. I was too busy doing other stuff. Lynn Downey, I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well. Are you in the hospital, Lynn, still? My thoughts with Lynn Downey. She's not feeling well. No, Lynn, I think Lynn was in the hospital before. Yes, Lynn is in the hospital. So I'm glad you can watch Lynn from there. Thoughts with you there. Good thoughts. That's not good. Lynn says, so glad I can watch. Nope. Chasers, Storm Chasers. Nope. 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 It's gotta, if you're gonna interrupt for that, it's gotta be better sourced, Chasers, Storm Chasers. If you're gonna interrupt with that kind of thing, it's gotta be better sourced. Because that forces me, that report would force me to interrupt the broadcast and start researching around to find if it's a real thing. And I saw a couple things similar to that like 2 hours ago, which I assume weren't any big deal because I haven't seen anything else. So again, look at what Nightbot is saying. You don't interrupt the chat unless it's an emergency. And given that I saw a couple random things about that 2 hours ago from not great sources and nothing else, I'm assuming it's not an emergency. So you broke the rules. How many guests? I don't know. I mean, probably for the party. I don't, if you told me 75 or something, it wasn't gigantic, you know? Joe R. Boston's nice, but it's better when the weather's nice. The weather's been terrible. The last 3 days, it's been 50 or below and raining for 3 straight days. It's been awful. It's supposed to be better by Tuesday. Boston's great when the weather's nice. It's awesome when the weather's nice. It's not good when the weather's bad. By the way, you know, the rents have gotten really expensive in Boston. I read a couple articles today. I was looking it up. There's a couple articles that say Boston is literally the most expensive city to rent in right now. Now, I'm sure they have different ways of measuring it, but there's a couple of articles I saw from 2021, new articles that said that Boston is now the most expensive city. Now, I don't know that they count like the suburbs, but it's expensive to live in Boston. In terms of rent, it's very expensive. MJ383, I'm timing you out. That is news. That has no place here. Take it somewhere else. It's also annoying political toxic stuff, which has no place here too, that no one wants to listen to. Boston's gotten really expensive though. That's it. Sorry, I'm hiding this person. I just hit a person. I just hit that person. That person's trolling to me. That was a troll to me, so I hid them. If you're trolling, I hide you. Chip Hazard is here. Thank you, Gail. Joe R. I've never been in Boston for St. Patrick's Day. Weewick is here. I mean, I have never been to like the St. Patrick's Day parade. I don't think I have. Yeah, Robert Carley says, Happy Memorial Day and thank you for service to any veterans. Yeah, certainly as we get to Memorial Day, certainly thoughts with all of those who gave their lives for the country, which is what Memorial Day honors. So thank you to everybody who has served the country. And again, thinking about everybody who gave their lives for the country in service. Thrift Power, you're on your way to getting hidden. You're on your way to getting hidden. If you're going to post messages like that, I hope you don't message often. Keep not messaging if you're going to post messages like that. I don't know if I'm going to have to walk the dog tonight. You know, the dog goes to bed kind of earlier, but some nights when I'm up, so sometimes he wakes up and sometimes he doesn't. And sometimes he wakes up and he kind of just, you can tell he needs to go out. It's weird. Some nights he just sleeps through it. So I'll have to, I mean, if he's like awake and walking around, I'll just take him out. Andy, we did a stream with the dog last time I was here about a month ago. It's called Meet the Dog. You can watch it. Erica is here. Erica joined the stream. I don't mind taking the dog. You know, it's the technology of smartphones has changed taking the dog for a walk. Because you can take the dog for a walk and then I can watch television shows on my phone while I'm walking the dog. So I don't mind walking the dog. I'll just just have my I can listen to a podcast or something. Hopefully it's not raining at the moment. That makes it a little harder. No, it's not raining right now. It's cold but not raining. Well, when it's warm out, I actually really enjoy taking the dog. I don't enjoy taking the dog when it's 49 degrees. It's kind of cold out. Rita's Reel is here. She's in Maryland for her nephew's graduation. Hello, Rita's Reel. The best you can do claim they ate cicada yesterday. Katie K loves the Sunday night live stream. A good podcast? My friend co-hosted a podcast about movie prop collecting, the stuff dreams are made of. They did a good job on it. If you're interested in movie prop collecting, it's called The Stuff Dreams Are Made of. Arizona Jumper says, when I was young, we had transistor radios to listen to when walking to school. That's cool. Joe, I don't really have time to play video games these days, unfortunately. I wish I did. By the way, when I look down, I'm looking at your comments because the phone's a little far away, so it's easier for me to see your comments on my iPad. That's what I'm looking at when I look down. I'm reading your comments. No, I never drink soda. Melissa, I'll probably see my family this week and generally be around and be available to cover news. That's my plan. Nothing too crazy. They had blueberry muffins at the bar mitzvah, but I didn't have any. I love blueberry muffins, but I gotta be careful. When I was a kid, I used to listen to transistor radio all the time. There was no internet. And I found you could find some stuff that was a little more interesting than what was on TV. Mm-hmm. People just miss all these people. I don't know if they're trolling or they just are very bad at researching what they're talking about. But people keep posting like in the chat. I think it's just trolls. Like big explosion in New York. And literally it took me 15 seconds. I literally just went to like a New York affiliate, ABC New York. And they say electrical fire in Midtown East. It doesn't say giant explosion. It just says electrical fire in Midtown East. And then it says there were no injuries. There were no injuries. And firefighters are searching for what sparked an electrical fire in the building where Governor Cuomo's Midtown office is located. That's it. That's the story. That's the story. And it took me all of 15 seconds to find the story. So in the time people took to post those annoying posts, like it was a nuclear explosion, in disrupting the whole broadcast, they could have literally just did the most minimal level of searching and figured out that it was an electrical fire and nobody's injured. It's really incredible. Yeah, Melissa, I used to listen to my transistor radio in bed as well. Dillamond is here. Linda says nothing burger. I mean, it's important in the sense of it's an electrical fire, but yeah, it's not like some huge news story that we have to cover. Sonic says the details got exaggerated. Yeah, there's certain news outlets out there, whether they're Twitter accounts or something else, and they kind of like to exaggerate details and sensationalize things to make them sound like more of a crisis than they are. And then people see this, and then they message me with this stuff, and it's like, well, come on, you really should know enough to be able to know that this account posting it does not, that maybe they might be exaggerating a little bit, and you should maybe just do like a minute of research and see if anyone else is reporting on this thing and what the actual story is. I mean, these are like Twitter accounts. These are not like, this is not like some big like cable news station doing it. No, it's not mainstream media. It's not. It's these accounts that you should know enough to know, like you should think to yourself, maybe this account, which is always doing this kind of thing, is doing it again. Wilma Flintstone is watching from Germany. I feel like Wilma Flintstone misbehaves in the chat a bunch. We'll see if she does again. Chris Colombo is here. Sonic, there's more than one of such account I know of. There's several I can think of off the top of my head. Tyson is in Sydney, Australia. All right. So, in case you missed it before, the big family weekend, the family events are over for this weekend. So I will now be available to cover news. There could be a time when I'm out with family and like there's big news happens and I have to like leave the event and I don't get on the air right away. But we're done with the like multi-day event where like I literally can't leave it if I have to, even if I had to. Even if I would have normally had to. But we had a lot of fun hanging out with the family. It was like the Thanksgiving we didn't have. Brian Grenna, I think I made a patty melt months ago. Hey, Enemy, they do have good museums in Boston, but again, I really want to avoid, I don't want to just, take a day trip to some museum in Boston and then some big news happens and I can't get back. So I don't anticipate doing any kind of streams like that. I don't know if a museum would let you live stream. I have no idea. I have no idea what the problem with, you don't want to be live streaming in a museum and talking, right? Museums are quiet places. You don't want to be walking through a museum and saying, "Hey everyone, look at this." Be really annoying to the other people in the museum. Sonic says, people remember when people went to malls? That seemed like a visit out of town family thing. Wait, I'm confused. How does going to malls tie in with out of town family, Sonic? Please explain. Rick says museums hate photographs. I know from personal experience. Hate photography. The town my parents live in, they have good tap water. I always drink the tap water from here. A lot of places I don't like drinking the tap water, at least not filtered. I drink, like in Orlando, I drink the tap water, but it's through a filter. But when I'm back here, I drink the tap water unfiltered. Linda says you'd go to see family and everyone would go to the mall for something to do. Okay. I see. We actually had some pizza today. I don't eat pizza that often. I love it, but I don't eat it that much. But we went after the bar mitzvah because we were both so hungry. I was so hungry. I was having a mini crash at the end of the bar mitzvah because I hadn't eaten enough today. So we were so desperate, we went and got pizza. And it was good. Then I felt better. I had some Boston Chinese food. That was good too. But not today. Best you can do. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm timing you out. I wonder if we have a fake best you can do tonight. Best you can do seems to be having some behavior issues. Is anyone watching this show, The Mayor Show, the detective show on HBO Max? Some people are talking about that. I haven't seen any episodes of it. Is it any good? Something, Mayor, something. Didn't they have a finale tonight? I heard like HBO Max stopped working. Katie K likes it. Mayor of Easttown, says Nicola. April just watched the finale. Linda likes it. Some of you have seen it, some of you haven't. Short Stack likes it. Last week I watched on the treadmill. Last week I watched the movie Man of Steel, which is like the Superman movie from like 10 years ago. It's not. It wasn't bad for a superhero movie. It's fine. Andy liked Man of Steel. Dark FJ3 is here. I have not seen Army of the Dead. Hetty watched the Friends reunion. I heard the Friends reunion was just them sitting and talking. It shouldn't even be called a reunion. I feel like the Friends reunion was being, people were thinking like they're going to actually get back and do like more Friends. They did table reads of old scripts, Sonic says. Anyways, I didn't see it. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Hang on. Why is this not working? Why is this not working? Hold on a second. Tappy is there watching. Hello, Tappy. Lizzie says, do not spoil the Friends reunion. Well, I didn't watch it, so I can't spoil it for you. Hey, thanks again. Lizzie and Sarah Joy and Linda Belk and Mark Helton are watching. So we'll have to see what happens this week. We'll have to see what happens in terms of news stuff. You know, we'll just have to see. What can I say? Rita's Real binged watched Hunters. I don't even know what Hunters is. I'm having some problems positioning this. There we go. Let's try that. That looks better. Now I'm more in the frame. All right. I'm timing out Tappy, moderators. I beat you to it. I don't know what Tappy's saying. We've had some strange posts tonight in the chat. Things are getting strange in the chat. Kisei is here from the Netherlands. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Sarah Joy says, I think we have some random subscribers from the last set of news you covered. That's possible. Nicole finished taking a pharmacology exam. Aced it. You could have asked Erica for help studying. Very nice, Nicole. I think I'm going to have to walk the dog after this. I hear the dog stirring. When the dog is stirring, the dog sleeps in the kitchen. When the dog is stirring, I can tell. Sometimes, again, if I'm awake, the dog just gets up and he needs to get walked. I just have a feeling right after this I'm going to be walking the dog. Harvest says, I'm a random new sub. Thank you for subbing. We might see Perry, he might see the dog later in the week. Won't see him tonight. Dizzy Dale is there. Hello, Dizzy Dale. Harvest says I was one of the random middle of the night mystery subscribers. Thank you. I tend to go to bed a little earlier when I think I've told you this before. When I'm visiting Boston, I'm like, I'm staying here in the suburb and everything is just so quiet in the suburb. And I think it shifts my schedule a little earlier. I mean, sometimes I go to bed super late. But, if everything's quiet around you, it can shift your schedule. Hot news is here. All right, Stacks. Sean B. Art is here. Excuse me. I told my mom I've been eating some frozen fruit. So she bought some frozen fruit for me. It was lovely. So I could have some frozen fruit here. I might have some tonight. Frozen mango, for some reason, is the best frozen fruit. It has the best, maintains the texture the best. The frozen strawberries get a little hard, and they take a while to thaw out. Whereas frozen mango, right out of the bag, if you eat it, doesn't taste like icy. It's great. Lisa of Brooklyn likes frozen pineapple. I have some of that in Orlando. My mom and family are doing well, Andy. Thank you. Jess Woodman C is watching. My nephew is super into basketball. He knows like everything. He even knows like historical basketball. This is if I had been, I've said this before. If the internet was around when I was a kid, I would have spent 24 hours a day looking up sports stuff. I would have never gotten off the internet. Never mind like video games. It's just crazy. You know, when I was a kid, I would like try to get whatever I could out of the newspaper, but there's so much information out there if you want it. Known pleasures. I think I've seen most of the Marvel movies, including that one. I thought a couple nights ago there might be a big volcano. There was a report of a volcano in the Congo, but it wasn't the one that erupted like a week and a half ago, and it actually wasn't. Turned out to be not an eruption. It was so late though. I was about to go to bed. I don't know if I would have been able to cover it. Marzell says we had the encyclopedia set. At one point early on in the internet, I think I bought the Britannica Encyclopedia on CD-ROM because it wasn't online. So I bought it on CD-ROM and I thought that was the coolest thing. Baron Harkonnen likes Bad Batch. I think my nephew is 13 or 14 at this point. Igra Haya Alal Falah is here. All right, hot news. I'm timing you out. Hot news. Do you really think if you have questions for the mods can give you an email address about that. The chat is obviously not a place to repeatedly ask the mods questions about you being timed out. No one else wants to read that hot news. The mods will post an email address where you can reach them, but no one wants to read that. There it is. See, Nightbot just posted it. Send it there. Camden says hi and then said, I said hi, because I didn't respond right away to Camden. So I guess Camden's upset about that. Salon girls having frozen blueberries. Kenneth Holland is here too. All right. We'll go a couple more minutes here, and then I think unfortunately I'm going to have to walk the dog in the 48-degree weather. Going to have to put on my extra jacket and my hat and my gloves. I don't really like lobster that much, grumpy old man. I used to eat it, but I don't really like it that much. I don't like cream pie, Boston cream pie, and I don't like cheesecake. Cream-based desserts in general, I don't really like. I just don't eat desserts now anyway. I didn't even like cheesecake when I ate desserts. Too rich. Sonic says Sonic would take 48 degrees over 100. I would not. I would take 100 every day of the week. Denise Horton is watching. C. Michelle Sparks is watching. Cheesecake, says Wikipedia, is a sweet dessert consisting of one or more layers. The main and thicker layer consists of a mixture of soft, fresh cheese. Oh, so rich. Eggs and sugar. Ugh. Ugh. Have people had cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory? Is it like really good cheesecake? I mean, I don't really like cheesecake anyway. It is called the Cheesecake Factory, though. Linda likes it. Excuse me. Aries did not like it there. Tammy thinks it's awesome there. To get on my sweater, I'm getting a little cold in here. Oh, it's getting a little cold. Feels like it's March, not almost June. Mark Helton says, Tappy, last chance to make sense. No, I'm not going to like cheesecake too rich. I don't eat desserts. Bella Brava used to be a baker. Grumpy old man, I'm here for like another week or so. Around another week. Basically a week. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I don't know what the news is going to be like this week. You never know. You never know. But I'm here. I'm ready. Known Pleasures is watching. Known Pleasures. Oops, hold on. I need to plug the phone in. I forgot. If I'm gonna go take the walk the dog after this, I gotta watch my phone. I gotta charge the phone up now. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, it's like 48 degrees here. So we gotta charge up the phone before taking the dog for a late night walk. My mom gives the dog Cheerios as snacks because the vet said the dog thinks it's like a real snack, but it's like really, like, it's very not filling and doesn't have a lot of calories. See, you can give the dog a few Cheerios and they think they're getting a special treat. So usually if I walk them at night, I give them a few Cheerios. Rusty Craig is watching. Sonic says, I give my dog baby carrots. The dog will either get up or not. If the dog gets up, I'll walk him. If he doesn't, I won't. He lets you know. Bella Brava says, my dog loves cucumber. Lynn Downey, I hope you feel better, Lynn. Lynn is in the hospital right now, so let's send good wishes to Lynn Downey. They're in Iowa. That's too bad. We hope you feel better, Lynn. Oh, thank you, Read Is Real. Read Is Real. I hope you're feeling okay, Read Is Real. Thank you. And yeah, in a couple minutes, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm visiting my whole family in Boston, Grit Biscuit. Aries has a husky. Oh, I bet it howls all the time. There's a lot of husky howling videos on TikTok that I see. Lynn Downey says, I think I'm heading for healing, and it's got to get better. Well, hope so. Hope so. Garrett Deanington is here. Hi from Freddie and Tupac dogs in Kansas City. All right, I think it might be time for us. I think as we get to the 100-minute mark, I didn't think we'd been on the air that long, but we have. Can you believe it? Yeah, I think it might be time. So I'll be around to cover news this week. There might be the odd time when I'm out with my family, but I should be available much of the week to cover news. So we'll see if there is news. Big news. We'll see. We'll just have to see. Grit Biscuit is here. No, I'm not going to stream the walk. If I go for a walk now, I'm not going to stream that walk. Oh, Tito got first Pfizer shot in Peru. Very nice, Tito Acosta. I'm glad you got it. Good news, Tito. Thank you to our moderators. Linda Belk, Mark Helton, Lizzie, Sarah Joy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, mods. And thanks to you guys for watching. Oh, thank you, Sonic. That's very kind of you, Sonic. And Sonic, we got a summary. I don't even remember what the summary is going to be. Thanks, Steve, mods, chatters, flight trouble, busy with family, dreary mass weather, skilled DJ, Twitter verification, confusing Papa Shot, non-validated Twitter news, Man of Steel, HBO Max. Thank you, Sonic. Good summary as usual, Sonic. Thank you. Watch and prayer. I don't know why vaccines in quotes. Of course I got vaccinated. Hey, thanks, Kathy Williams, for watching. Thanks to all the lurkers out there, too. Thanks to all you guys for watching. Nicole, Marzell, Kathy Williams, Bella Brava. Marzell, Fahrenheit 451, hopefully getting first shot this week. Yeah, I hope you do. I hope you do. Fahrenheit. Arizona Jumper, thank you. Darren Markley, thanks for watching. Sean B. Art. Vivian Lay. Yeah, I gotta get some sleep. I think it was just a tiring weekend. Catching up with everyone. Known pleasures. J. Marie. Darren Markley. Yeah, Andy, I like my Columbia fleeces. Jan Porter. Real One. Madison C. Michelle Sparks. Aries Pjork. Whew. Cherry Cola. Harvest. I Found Waldo. As you can see, the weekend has tired me out. Oh. Kimberly Barr, Real One. Thank you for watching. Oh. Also, I normally, I would have gotten more, I would have slept later normally because I had to get up kind of early today. When am I going live again? We'll just have to see. We'll have to see. Letter Artist, thank you for watching. Melissa McQueen says, give Perry some belly scratches for us. All right. I need to probably walk the dog. Oh, then maybe have a little snack and then go to bed. Whew. It is 12:52. It's almost 1 a.m. Late night live stream tonight. We did a late night live stream. All right, guys. Thanks again to the mods. Thanks to you guys for watching. Hey, thanks to everybody who donated. That's really nice of you. Thank you. And we'll have more streams this week. because the family stuff is done. Charlana was there, Charlana Martin, in real life. Real one. Thank you for watching. All right, guys. I am wrapping up this live update from Boston. Live update being wrapped up. But thanks for joining me at this late hour. All right. Oh, gotta recharge. Thanks, Zipper. Thanks, Aries Pjork, for watching. All right. All right. I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And we will do it again soon. We will do it again soon. Oh, Mary Philo. Thank you, Mary Philo, for watching. I'm guessing Cry at Your Feet is trolling. That'd be my guess. When you see somebody just pop out of nowhere and start posting, there seems to be a somewhat decent chance they're a troll. Cry at Your Feet, you can always go to Lookner.net. You can always do it at Lookner.net if we're not on the air. Mark Helton says, good guess. All right, guys, I am wrapping it up. See, Sarah Joy will post the info. And anyone who sent me a package is sitting in the UPS store in Orlando waiting for me. All right, guys, I am wrapping this up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be doing more streams. Sorry we haven't been on the air in a while, but it's just been so busy with the family stuff. But that's over now, for the most part. Rick Hoppy, thanks for watching. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for joining me for the stream, and we'll see you